The instinctive movement system represents a new and non-traditional approach to controlling injuries in the workplace. What makes IMS different? Well, to begin with, we are not safety professionals. We are doctors with backgrounds in post-injury care, rehabilitation, and human performance science, along with 18 years of on-site industrial training. We understand how injuries develop. We understand things like biomechanical loading forces and other factors that ultimately lead to an injury claim. We use modern-day sports performance and rehabilitation techniques which have been simplified for industrial use to train employees to work safely. The second major difference is our approach to risk management. We approach risk management with the knowledge that most injuries are non-traumatic. This means that much of the physical damage that is discovered when a claim is made was pre-existing and/or developing, and the employer was unaware it was happening. It's short-sighted thinking to assume that because few or no claims are being made that everything's okay. We also strongly recognize the importance of proper task techniques and effective task training techniques. Traditional thought, again, is as long as no one got hurt, they must be doing it right. In many cases, our clients were not really sure what safe technique is, let alone how to correct it. Unsafe task techniques take a toll on the body. As the damage accumulates, it is likely that something has to give and a claim occurs. The third difference is our approach to training. Our training is performance-based. We don't see a task as a whole entity, but rather a series of human movements. Traditional training may show a person performing a perfect lift. We call this visual cueing. The expectation is that if you show an employee what a perfect lift looks like, they will be able to perform that lift in a similar fashion. Or you may use verbal cueing and give verbal commands to bend your knees, keep your back straight, keep your head up. Well, sorry to say this doesn't work either. The brain doesn't work that way. We can verbally and visually cue employees all day, but eventually they will default back to what feels normal to them. People do things the way they do things because of what's known as motor patterns. Our motor patterns are perfect as a child, but somewhere along the line, motor patterns change and dysfunctional motor patterns take over. Dysfunctional motor patterns are also known as bad habits or unsafe work behaviors, and they become deeply ingrained in our brain. We can't change that by telling people what to do or by showing them pictures or videos. However, IMS techniques change motor patterns and create safe behaviors. When dysfunctional motor patterns turn to functional motor patterns, stress comes off the body, the employee feels better, they have less fatigue, and task techniques become very easy. The fourth difference is employee training. As I stated earlier, we use performance-based training. Our training is designed to change behaviors. Typical stretch and flex programs do not change behaviors, but movement-based training does. High-performance athletes use movement-based training to improve their performance on the field. Now don't worry, we're not going to train your employees the way high-performance athletes train. We have simplified the process into a very usable, effective, and time-efficient program that only requires about 3 minutes of an employee's day. The techniques used in training relate to virtually all tasks your employees perform every day. That includes tasks such as lifting, pushing, pulling, bending, reaching, sitting, and driving, among others. The techniques not only improve task performance, but also begin the process of teaching employees how to unload stress on the key parts of the body, such as the back and shoulders. If you consider your employees to be industrial athletes, it's time to train them like athletes. The fifth difference is our manager and supervisor training program. The effectiveness of our program relies on sustainability. To accomplish this, we provide our clients with manager and supervisor training. We provide them with the knowledge, coaching skills, and resources to make the program part of your safety culture. This training will give your management team the ability to recognize unsafe behaviors and how to correct them, how to properly prepare employees for a day's work, to work with new hires coming into your organization, to work with employees coming off injury to ensure that re-injury does not occur, and the program is also a great tool for fraudulent injury protection. This all may sound very complicated, but it is very simple once the management team understands the basic concepts of proper movement. Now let's talk about accountability. The success of the program relies on a management team that buys into the program and carries out the simple steps necessary to ensure the success of the program. We understand that operation issues usually take center stage and change is difficult. However, we are also aware that not paying attention to employee health issues can result in a claim that can cost you an unexpected tens of thousands of dollars and decimate your bottom line. We also understand that you may be thinking, our employees won't do this. Or you may be thinking that you don't want to draw attention to injuries. The employee training is presented in a fashion that is a very positive message. The message is about helping employees feel better, working safer, and not reducing or controlling claims. Employees really don't care about how injury claims negatively affect the company's bottom line, but they do care about their own health and welfare, and that's what we focus on. To achieve success in controlling claims and claim costs, focus on employees, not on claims. When they receive this message, compliance and participation is very high. This is evidenced by our 90+% approval rating. When employees engage in the program on a daily basis, they begin feeling better and working safer. They appreciate the company's efforts to help them, which results in a positive safety culture. Of course, we ask the employees to be accountable for their personal health and welfare, but we also ask the management team to be accountable in leadership and making employee health and welfare a priority. And as we say, lead and they will follow. The cost of an IMS program will average about $25 to $35 per employee, depending on the scope of your business. However, the average cost per employee based on dollars spent on injuries of our previous clients exceeds $400 per employee at the start of the program. Statistics show that an average back injury today will have direct costs of $25,000 to $40,000. I'm sure many of you have already experienced that. More serious injuries can exceed $100,000. The cost of saving one claim will more than pay for the cost of the program. We have averaged a 38% reduction in claims in the first year of our program, and our clients have seen a return of investment of $6.50 saved for every dollar spent when full implementation of the program occurs. And of course, you can't place a dollar figure on happy, healthy employees. If you are prepared to protect your organization from those massively expensive claims that come out of nowhere, if you are prepared to have a safe, healthy, and highly skilled workforce, and if you are prepared to have a management team skilled in preventing injuries, it's time you contact the Instinctive Movement System today.